When the clock strikes 12 midnight, the rules reset. The signal breaks free. A new voice goes live. A new sound detonates. Northstrong, Unsanctioned. The podcast that doesn't ask permission, doesn't follow scripts, and doesn't bow to the algorithm. Hosted by Maverick Northstrong. Broadcasting from the edge of culture, where truth, rhythm, and rebellion collide. Streaming on YouTube via the Northstrong frequency. When the world resets, Northstrong goes unsanctioned. Broadcasting from the edge of culture, where truth, rhythm, and rebellion collide. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Northstrong Unsanctioned. I'm your host for tonight, Magnus Graves. Tonight is not a motivational episode. This is not about winning. This is not about getting them back, leveling up to make someone regret losing you, or pretending pain didn't change you. Tonight is about the moment after love fails, after the calls stop, after the future you rehearsed in your head collapses, after you realize effort alone wasn't enough. We talk a lot about strength in this culture. We post about it. We tattoo it on our skin. We shout it from gym mirrors and self-help books. But we rarely ask the real question. When love fails, what does strength actually mean? Not in theory, not in quotes, but in the silence, in the loneliness, in the nights where you replay conversations you can't fix. If you're listening right now and you're broken, exhausted, or numb, this episode is for you. Take a breath. You're safe here. We were raised on a dangerous idea that love is proven through suffering. Movies taught us to chase. Songs taught us to beg. Culture taught us that if it hurts, it must be real. So we fight. We fight through disrespect. We fight through neglect. We fight through emotional starvation, and we call it strength. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. Who benefits from you fighting endlessly for love? Because it's rarely you. You're told, don't give up. Love is patient. If it's meant to be, you'll endure. But no one tells you where the line is between endurance and erasure. No one warns you that you can fight so hard for love, that you forget who you were before the fight began. And when it fails, when the relationship collapses despite everything you gave, you don't just lose the person. You lose the version of yourself who believed effort guaranteed safety. That's when the real pain starts.
Streetlights bleed through the rain-streaked paint. Another silent movie playing out again. You're lost inside a dream, I'm lost beside you here. Each whispered goodnight rings with a hollow fear. The memories flash like neon in my mind of days when magic was so easy to find. Your hand in mine, a promise whispered low. Where did that fire go? I just don't know. I trace the lines upon your sleeping face, searching for a flicker of forgotten grace. But the silence screams louder than any fight. Are we just holding on to what felt right? And the feeling starts to wane, like a shadow in the pouring rain. Oh, my heart's a weary drum, anymore. We talk in circles, never reaching the core, lost in the echoes of an open door. The space between us grows, a silent widening rift. Was this whole grand design just a fragile gift? My spirit's tired, my hope begins to fade. Each morning sunrise feels like a masquerade. I play the part of lover, strong and true, but darling, I'm losing the strength to keep loving you. Is it wrong to wish for courage to walk away, to face the morning of a brand new day, without the weight of what we used to be? Just a silent, bitter truth set to finally set me free. And the feeling starts to die beneath the cold and starless sky. Oh, my soul begins to ache for a final necessary break. I'm holding on by just a single thread, haunted by the words we never said. I wanna love you like I did before, but I don't think I can do this anymore. No, I don't think I can do this anymore. I close my eyes and try to feel the spark, the one that lit us up in the darkest dark. But all I find is ash, a fading ember's glow, a phantom limb of love you used to know. We built this castle on shifting sand. Now I stand alone in this barren land. And though the thought of leaving tears me deep inside, I can't keep living on a lie, nowhere left to hide. The music's faded, the final curtain's drawn, before the last real piece of me is gone. And this feeling must depart to mend my broken, weary heart. Oh, my spirit takes its flight into the lonely, endless night. No more pretending, no more tears, just a whisper in the wind. Goodbye, my dear.
Failure in love doesn't feel like failure in other areas. You don't just feel disappointed. You feel defective. You start asking, what was wrong with me? Why wasn't I enough? If I had tried harder, would it have worked? And the cruel part? You probably did try harder. You adjusted. You compromised. You shrank parts of yourself to make space for someone else's comfort. And when it still failed, the damage went deeper than heartbreak. It fractured your sense of identity. Because when love fails, it doesn't just end a relationship. It challenges your understanding of strength, loyalty, and self-worth. This is where many people lose themselves. Not during the love, but after.
Northstrong Unsanctioned, hosted by Maverick Northstrong.
Let's dismantle something right now. Surrender is not weakness. Walking away is not quitting. Letting go is not failure. Silence is not cowardice. Sometimes surrender is the only move left that preserves your humanity. Strength isn't how much pain you can tolerate. Strength is knowing when pain is no longer teaching you anything new. There's a moment, quiet, internal, when you realize the fight has become one-sided. You're the only one explaining, the only one hoping, the only one bleeding. That's not love. That's survival mode. And surrender in that moment is not defeat, it's discernment.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, hood up, heart open, nothing left, yeah, street cold, but my chest colder, burn once, now to burn bolder, tried love, it was war soldier, now I'm marching with a chip on my torn shoulder, I held you like a last lifeline. You left me on the dark side of the skyline. Now I'm pacing, girl, back and forth with my breath. One step toward you, one step toward death. I gave you days, gave you nights too. Big dream, small room, just me and you. You gave me silence like a sentence read. Now every sweet thing you said living rent-free in my head. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, got your name on my mind, got this pain in my chest. If this road is my last, let it all manifest. Cause I died for you once, I won't die as a guest. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, every heartbeat heavy, every step is a test. If I'm losing my soul, lay it down, nothing left. Cause I died for you once, now I'm paying the rest. You a soft voice in a hard block. Now it's just your ghost and a wristwatch. Time froze the night. You walked off. Now every tick, every talk feels like gunshots. I loved you loud, in a quiet way. You loved the thought of me, not the guy in play. I was planning us forever like a lifelong bet. You were planning other options on a private set. Now I'm staring at this road like a loaded tool. Heart cracked, brain black, still I move cool. If the Reaper wanna ride, he can take that seat. But he gotta hear your story when I pass me. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, got your name on my mind, got this pain in my chest. If this road is my last, let it all manifest. Cause I died for you once, I won't die as a guest. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, every heartbeat, every step is a test. If I'm losing my soul, lay it down, nothing left. Cause I died for you once, now I'm paying the rest. I ain't begging for your mercy, that chapter closed. I'm just dragging all memories down this path I chose. If the darkness is a doorway, let it swing wide open. Cause I already died inside the day you left me broken. Last call, for last chance. Empty bottle on the curb, dead roses on the grass. If you ever feel a chill when the wind blows past, that's me walking through the valley, letting go at last. I loved you heavy, you loved light. I chased daydreams, you crave night. So I step one pace from my final breath, still whispering your name in the shadow of death.
Northstrong Unsanctioned, hosted by Maverick Northstrong.
So let's redefine strength. Strength is choosing peace over closure, accepting answers you'll never receive, resisting the urge to reach out when loneliness hits at 2 a.m. Strength is not pretending you're okay. It's letting yourself grieve without turning grief into self-hatred. Strength is rebuilding your life without rushing to replace the person who left. It's sitting with yourself long enough to hear who you are again. After love fails, strength becomes quieter, less performative, more internal. It doesn't look good on social media. It doesn't come with applause, but it lasts. If love broke you, it also revealed you. It showed you how deeply you can feel, how much you can give where your boundaries were missing. The goal is not to harden your heart. The goal is to fortify it. Not every love is meant to last. Some come to expose wounds, some come to end cycles, and some leave so you can finally meet yourself without distortion. You didn't lose, you learned, even if the lesson came at a brutal cost. If you're listening, and you're still fighting, still hoping, still exhausted, I won't tell you what to do, but I will tell you this. Love should not require you to disappear, and strength does not require you to suffer endlessly. If you're holding on out of fear rather than faith, it might be time to ask yourself who you're really fighting for. If love failed you, that does not mean you failed love. Sometimes the strongest act of rebellion is choosing yourself in a world that taught you to self-abandon. Stay awake, stay human, and never confuse surrender with weakness. This has been your host, Magnus Graves. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode of Northstrong Unsanctioned. Tune in again on our next episode. Broadcasting from the edge of culture, where truth, rhythm, and rebellion collide. And remember, when the world resets, Northstrong goes unsanctioned. Good night.
I see her laugh, a world of gold. She doesn't know the stories I hold. I walk beside her, close but far, wishing on a fading star. She doesn't see the way she's everything to me. One day I'll be yours, I swear, when the wind moves just right. I'll dare to tell you all the things I hide, to bring my heart where yours resides. Her shadow stretches, it reaches mine. Two lives in parallel, they intertwine. I speak in jokes, I play the fool, but my love is deep, my love is cruel. She doesn't know, she doesn't know. I'm the tide pulled by her glow. One day I'll be yours, I swear, when the night's quiet whispers fill the air. I'll break this cage, I'll take the leap, and hope your heart's a place I keep.
I didn't plan on loving loudly. I planned on loving carefully. Little by little, a good morning here. A remembered detail there, small gestures. The kind you don't notice until they stop showing up. I thought love could be introduced the way sunrise enters a room. Quiet, respectful, never demanding your eyes to open, just waiting for you to feel the warmth. But then came the sentence, not shouted, not angry, just honest. I want to be upfront. I am not comfortable. I need you to stop making these gestures. I appreciate it, but I don't want this kind of attention. I hope you understand that statement didn't just land. It collapsed something in me. Because how do you argue with honesty when it's wrapped in politeness? How do you defend intentions that were never meant to cross a line, but somehow did? I agreed. I said I understood. Because that's what decent men do. They respect boundaries even when those boundaries cut straight through the chest. But what I didn't say was how the world went quieter after that. How every gesture I never got to finish now lives in my hands with nowhere to go. How affection once warm became something I now second guess. Like, is this too much? Is this wrong? Am I wrong? I replay her words sometimes, not because they were cruel, but because they were final. No maybe later, no different timing, just a clean door closing while I was still inside the room. And now I carry this strange guilt, not for loving, but for daring to show it. I didn't want to possess her. I didn't want to corner her. I just wanted to be present, consistent, kind. But rejection has a way of rewriting your reflection. Suddenly you're not a man with feelings, you're a problem you didn't mean to become. And even now, days later, whatever later this is, I still feel crushed. Not because she said no, but because my heart never got the chance to finish its sentence. So I'm learning to sit with it. The silence, the ache, the love that never found a home. Little by little, I'm unlearning the idea that gentleness is something to apologize for. And maybe one day, someone won't ask me to stop. They'll ask me to stay. Until then, I carry the weight quietly, respectfully, still loving you from a distance. Spotlight drops, a single breath, then the hunt begins. I move through this world like a whisper sharpened to a blade, quiet enough to be overlooked, dangerous enough to never be forgotten. Because I've learned, some monsters don't crawl out of the dark, some smile, some shake your hand, some call themselves sheep.
but feel like a noose. Yeah. I've walked through the territory of psychological predators, those shadow-skinned architects of doubt, those collectors of souls they never earned. They feed on attention, they gorge on your silence, they thrive on the kind of pain you can't post, can't prove, can't scream loud enough for anyone else to hear. But I heard it, I felt it, and I refused to kneel. So now I hunt not with fists, not with steel, but with truth sharp enough to tear through the illusions they wrap around the innocent. I track the manipulation in the tremor of a voice. I follow the gaslighting in the pauses between lies. I read the cruelty hidden beneath their polished tone. I see the blueprint of their hunger before they even decide you're prey. And when I strike, it's not violence, it's revelation, the kind that blinds them because they never expected anyone to stare directly into their storm and refuse to blink. See, I'm not out for revenge, I'm out for clarity, for the quiet peace that comes after you finally understand that your instincts were never overreactions, they were warnings. And now they are weapons. And as I stand here under this cold white spotlight, my voice carries through the room like thunder, trapped in human bones. I speak for the broken, I speak for the drained, I speak for the ones who survived because their heartbeat was too stubborn to quit. And everything else, the noise, the lies, the masks, the manipulation, dissolves like smoke under a rising sun. Because when you walk your path with your eyes open, your scars honest, your instinct sharpened, all else fades away. Only the truth remains.